here's the flip side. If I did a side-by-side ledger for 48-year-old standard rated male today, and let's track it for 15, 20-year period, the VUL contract or the IUL contract is going to accumulate a larger sum than the whole life contract would. And it's because of two factors. One is that mortality cost starts out lower. I explained a minute ago how it grows over time, but it starts out less. So it has that advantage. But two, 99.99% of the time, whenever you look at one of those ledger illustrations, you're going to see that the IUL or the VUL is going to have a static rate of return, a 6.5%, a 7.5%, whatever it is, year after year after year. And you and I both know that they're never going to perform that way. They're going to go up. They're going to go up by a percentage. If it's a VUL, it could go down. If it's an IUL, it could be zero. Well, technically, the performance of the side fund could be zero in an IUL, but it's actually going to lose a little bit of money because they're still paying for mortality costs, state premium taxes, federal premium taxes, and sales charges. That's still being drawn from the contract. So you can actually go down in value in an IUL contract. So I say all that to simply say this. The variable and index contracts are going to illustrate better, but then when you reach retirement, how much faith do you put into those contracts being able to sustain until you die, depending on how much you take out of it? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to perform. A whole life contract, even though it looks a little lesser, it's kind of boring, but it's guaranteed to grow every year. And if we structure it in such a way that we put in additional paid up additions and minimize the death benefit, that enhances the cash value. If we can structure it so that the cash performance is higher by putting more paid up additions into it, once those dividends are declared in that contract in year 1 or year 2 or year 3, they can never be taken away in years 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. It's guaranteed to grow every year. Coupled with the fact that if we design it in such a way that you take either a reduced paid up option, or if you just design it as a, say, 12 pay or 10 pay or 15 pay, you choose the duration so that after you've paid 10, 12, or 15 years, you stop. Whether you do that or take a reduced paid up option, there's no more mortality costs that come out of that contract going forward. So if you've got no mortality costs in a contract that's guaranteed to grow every year, your ability to take a sustainable number out of it every year thereafter, or every 3 years or 5 years, or however often you want to take money out of it, is far greater when you don't have the concerns that you have on the universal side of the ledger.